Hi, Holly here. Just chatting to you about the theatre industry as part of KXB 101 Assignment 2. I recently went to New York and saw the production of Kinky Boots, which is a Broadway musical with music and lyrics by Tony, Emmy, and Grammy winning Cyndi Lauper, based on the book by Tony winner Harvey Ernstein. The show's been running since 2012 with incredible success. Our experience started by lining up for over an hour in the snow at TKTS, which is a discounted ticket booth in Times Square, and they sell tickets for on-the-day performances for shows on and off Broadway. While I was staying there, I observed the theatre goers, and you really got a sense of the Broadway audience. Most were well dressed, between the ages of about 35 and 60, seemed quite affluent. They're talking about what they know about the shows they've already been to, what they're going to see next, who's in each play, where they're going for dinner and drinks after. So they knew their stuff. The show ran for a little over 2 hours, which included a 15-minute intermission, and the story centered around Charlie Price, who inherits his father's shoe business, but he needs to save the business, which is where he meets a drag queen called Lola, who gives him the idea to design shoes for drag queens. It's a bit of a niche market, and they end up doing very well, and it's a very uplifting story. I was particularly impressed by Billy Porter, who played the drag queen Lola. After some research, I discovered that he's actually a very well-known Broadway star who's been in close to 100 plays, and was just incredible and completely stole the show. Every song is hummable and so fun to watch, and songs are more like pop favourites, as opposed to musical theatre standards, which could be due to Cyndi Lauper's direction with the show. The show was housed at the Al Hirschfield Theatre, which is a large drama theatre and has seating capacity of over 1,500 for musicals, which is actually really large. The theatre hosts large-scale productions such as Romeo and Juliet, The Crucible, Annie, Sound of Music, all those huge shows. So the theatre was quite impressive, yet felt nice and intimate, especially because you could see the orchestra up the front during the whole show, and it was really uplifting. You get a sense of just how much is involved in the production. It's not just the performers on stage, but so many other people involved in making the experience something you really just can't put into words. Theatre is created in such a way to express meaning and feeling and spirit, so that we as audience members will have the opportunity to experience what the writers, directors, performers, and the production team want us to experience. The theatre ties us in our world to another person in his or her world. Down to the costumes and the choreography, Kinky Boots just had a ton of feeling and took you for an emotional ride with highs and lows.